Hi everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Days Podcast along with a new video. So I had recently just did a commentary on Janet's album Rhythm Nation 1814. So I'm happy you guys have been enjoying the videos. Thank you so much. Thank you for enjoying the episodes as well. I truly appreciate it. And yes, I will be talking about more albums. I'm just trying to make sure that I have a collective. So, there are people that are fans of different albums and different artists. I want to make sure that when I talk about different ones, that I give my input. And even if I have to do a listen through on certain songs, I'll have the headphones in and we'll be able to talk from there. So, yes, like, subscribe, and also check out Patreon if anything. There will be exclusives on there, as well as those same exclusive being able to be streamed on Spotify. So you can choose either one. You can be able to listen to it on Spotify along with everything else, or be able to watch it on Patreon and be able to watch everything else on Patreon too. So either one works. So what we are going to be doing now is talking about Janet Jackson's Control album. So this is her third album. If you're a real Janet fan, you know she had two more before this. And those two, unfortunately, were overlooked. And I don't like when the public doesn't take in enough of an album, whether there wasn't enough that the album was able to be given. You know what I mean? Like, when I see albums now that just have constant promo, the fans are everywhere saying, this song is this, and this lyric right here, whether it's rap or R&B, anything, it always makes me feel odd when it comes to these type of projects that are very special and that people literally take years to go back to and be like, this was good. And it's like, yeah, we all had to grow somewhere, and that's why I commend Control, because it's letting them know, listen, you didn't want to take me serious these two times? Strike three, we're here, okay? And I'm happy for her, for all of the success that she's ever had and still has to this day, because this was a big time. So yes, let's talk about it. Control is the third studio album by Janet Jackson, which was released February 4th, 1986. It was recorded June of 1985 to October of 1985. It's 41 minutes. Her collaborations with songwriters and record producers Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis resulted in an unconventional sound, a fusion of rhythm and blues, rap vocals, funk, disco, and synthesized percussion that established Jackson, Jam, and Lewis as the leading innovators of contemporary R&B. Okay? The distinctive triplet swing beat utilized on the record is also considered to be a precursor to the new Jack Swing genre. The album became Jackson's commercial breakthrough and enabled her to transition into the popular music market, with Control becoming one of the foremost albums of the 1980s and contemporary music. So yes, this was a big deal, because it was just like, no, this is February 1986, I'm 19 years old, this is speaking from her point of view, 19 years old, going on 20 years old, and it's just time. It's time for me to do what I need to do and make me happy. Everybody else is running around being happy. I'm the youngest one. What do you mean I can't be happy? I gotta be happy. Seriously, and I can say that being my own youngest sibling. I'm the youngest sibling from my parent. So it's just like, I can relate, you know. I know what it would feel like when you have older siblings or an older sibling, or even just if you're the only child. You just kind of say to yourself, all right, you know, there's a time in my life where I just want to just do me, and it's okay. So I'm speaking for all people that need and are able to possess control. Yeah, containing autobiographical. Oh my God, y'all! Containing autobiographical themes. Okay, a majority of the album's lyrics came as the result of a series of changes in her life. A recent annulment of her marriage to singer James DeBarge, severing her business affairs with from her father and manager Joseph and the rest of the Jackson family, hiring the A&M executive John McLean as her new management, and her subsequent introduction to Jam and Lewis. The album has been praised by critics as both an artistic feat and as a personal testament of self-actualization. It has also been regarded as a template upon which numerous female artists have modeled their careers, particularly Black women. So yes, this was a big deal because yes, we've had Black artists, Black singers, Black male and female singers be able to have their testaments in all these different ways. But this was more conscious, where it was like, I'm a woman now. At this time, you know, at such a young age, there's a way, you know, women were able to make music, but it didn't always get perceived a certain way unless there was a way that it was conveyed. And so, yes, following its release, Control became Jackson's first album to top Billboard 200 in the United States, and 5 of its commercial singles, What Have You Done For Me Lately, Nasty, Control, When I Think of You, and Let's Wait a While, peaked within the top 5 of the Billboard Hot 100 singles chart, making Jackson the first female artist to have 5 top 5 hits from one album on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. When I Think of You became the singer's first #1 hit. Control also set a record for the longest continuous run of charting singles on the Hot 100 at 65 consecutive weeks. Music videos created to promote the album's singles showcased her dancing ability and became a catalyst for MTV's evolving demographics. The album remained on the Billboard 200 for over 2 years. It has been certified 5 times platinum by the Recording Academy, by the RIA, and has sold more than 10 million copies worldwide. So yeah, like I said, like, this was a big deal, and you know, for it to chart and to be making sales consecutively for 2 years, from 1986 to 1988. Now, mind you, her brother came out literally a year later. She was still on the charts, and he just came right in and took right on over, you know, and because Bad was a big deal right after this. And I talked about Bad, so you can look at that. So like I said, you know, as far as, you know, breaking away from ties that she's had, to where she said, I need to be able to just do this for me, this was it. The singles were What Have You Done For Me Lately? So first of all, 7 out of, I don't know, let me look at I'm gonna read a bit of the background as well. But you know, like I said in the previous video, when it came to Rhythm Nation, there's double the songs on Rhythm Nation than there is here. And I didn't understand why you know, with such success of this, why didn't anyone just, you know, give her 10s when it came to the second album right then and there? Like, why didn't y'all make her debut on the second album? I mean, on, well, the fourth, but you know what I mean. Like, no. I'm happy y'all was saying number one for Janet, period, but no. Y'all should have gave Rhythm Nation definitely more credit. I stand with Janet on that. So yes, there's Control, Nasty, What Have You Done For Me Lately, You Can Be Mine, which y'all slept on too. See, the first three songs, y'all was definitely just, of course there's no skips throughout this whole album, for me. But for some reason, You Can Be Mine, that's a good song. Y'all want to talk about where her vocals, that's one of the songs. And the other B-side, not B-side, album cut that y'all want to ignore, hold on. When I Think of You, definitely legendary. Because after You Can Be Mine, there's The Pleasure Principle, which is legendary, which I'm happy y'all gave life to. When I Think of You, definitely, which y'all should, yes, first single. He doesn't know I'm alive. There's vocals in there. Don't Play With Mother. She did it. She did a great job. Let's Wait a While, just to calm y'all down from that. He doesn't even know. I don't gotta look at the lyrics. I know the songs. Y'all know. Y'all really sucked on that. I cannot believe that. That could have been a single too. And like every song is a bop. These are all great. These are all great songs. Let's Wait a While was, yes, a very much consensual, sensual song. And Funny How Time Flies when you're having fun. So there's a Japanese edition where there's Start Anew, which I never heard that song before. If anyone would like to tell me how that song sounds, let me know and get back to me. I'm gonna have to hear that. But as far as Funny How Time Flies, similar to what I talked about when it came to Some Day Is Tonight, this was the early sense of people understanding Janet has a very sensual, grown adult side to her. And at the time, women could be sexy, but for some reason it was always overtly acceptable and popularized for certain artists. And it's not about race either. I'm saying in general, like, people had their favorites from all cultures and from all genres of who they felt, all right, she's bad, she's sexy. And it didn't have to always bare skin either. It was just like, no, she's hot. So, with Janet, she wanted to kind of put it into the music, and why not? There was already people that was kind of doing it in their own way, so why not do it in hers? And it led to Anytime, Any Place, and anything, and Would You Mind, and we'll talk about All For You. So you already went back to the damn near beginning, besides the first two albums, which we will have a separate time to talk about. And like I said, there's no reason that y'all slept on You Can Be Mine and he doesn't know that doesn't know I'm alive. Like, no, y'all could have did better with this. But yes, it charted, went number one in the US, and the UK was in the top 10, and it really sold, and it's still a very much great album to this day. But the critical reception, it received universal acclaim from critics. Rolling Stone's Rob Horberger, I don't know how to say his last name, commented that the sharp-tongued Janet Jackson is more concerned with identity than with playlists. As Control declares, she is no longer the Jacksons' baby sister. And so, just to kind of end it on a close, because the commercial performance debuted at number 84, and on March 8th, 1986, at number 26. Oh, my number. March 1st, after 20 weeks, it topped the Billboard 200, selling 250,000 copies, a record for an album by a female artist. Oh, wow. So it went number 1, but it didn't debut. So what is wrong with it? See? And this is why I stand with women when it comes to the rights, because, like I said, there was favoritism. People weren't debuting. And I'm not saying people as in just her. I'm saying there was a lot of people that weren't debuting because there was other artists that were just getting more favoritism, getting more shine. And she broke through in such a climate that, yes, even with Rhythm Nation, like I said, it just did not debut at number 1. But Janet, period, oh yeah, went there. But yeah, they wanted to be able to produce an album that was, where it was talking more about her and getting more into who she was and what she liked, and not being afraid to step away from her family and everything that was going on, which we can talk about on Patreon, because I'm wanting to make sure you guys can be able to have that experience of just being able to listen and so look with me on what has happened. So yeah, as far as with just wanting to just break away and just do what she wanted to do, this was that album. But yes, I give it a great praise, to be honest with you. Yes, it won a Grammy, Producer of the Year, Non-Classical. But yes, I am happy that you guys have been able to reach out and watch these videos and episodes and listen to them. I thoroughly appreciate every single one. We will be talking about more. I very much have so much more to give you. And thank you so much for watching this episode and video and listening to it. And yeah, she is legendary. There will be more we will talk about, and I'll be back with